Hello mums, it's Nikki from Mouths and Mums. How are you tonight? Happy Thursday night. Now I don't know about you, but Thursday night in our house is busy. It's bin night, so the kids are doing all the recycling and the rubbish. There's 2 lots of soccer training. Someone's just gotten home from dance, and guess what? Daddy's out tonight, so I'm going to do something really easy. One of our members last night asked if we could make something Mexican. So I've had a look in the cupboard. I don't actually have any meat, any mince or chicken in the cupboard at the moment, so what I'm going to do is something a little vegetarian. So we've called it a Mexican sweet potato pancake. Let's have a look at how we can do that. What I like to do is pack as many veggies into everything as I can. So for our Mexican sweet potato pancake, I'll show you what I've done. Come on over here, Abs, and let's have a look. I've got my 10-year-old helping me film tonight. So what I've done is I've actually grated 1 medium-sized sweet potato. So I've peeled that and I grated it. It's not cooked at all, it's completely raw. And that's going to be part of our base. The other thing I've done is this was just 1 medium carrot or 2 small carrots, and I've grated that up as well. So I'm just going to dump that in there. You can see we're going for an orange theme. So that's all, that's going in there together. What I'm going to add to that to bind it all together is 2 eggs. So you could use 1 if you wanted to. I actually like to just put in a little bit of extra protein. So I've got those 2 eggs in there. I have got here, this is just half a 400 gram tin of kidney beans. You could put lentils if you didn't have kidney beans, but obviously we're just having a little bit of a play with that Mexican theme. And the other thing that I'm going to add is I actually had some burrito seasoning in the cupboard. So I'm probably not going to use all of that. I'll probably put about half in there, but I'll actually make another one of these later on for the kids that are coming home later. So what I'm going to do is add about half of that seasoning. If you didn't have any of this, you could just put a little bit of Mexican seasoning in. If you didn't have any Mexican seasoning, you could put just a bit of paprika. If you like it spicy, you could put a bit of cayenne pepper in. It just kind of depends what you've got in the house. So all I'm going to do there is give that a really, really good mix. Actually, just before I mix that, I'm going to stay there, Abs, and have a look at how that's looking. I'm just going to turn that stove on so that it starts to warm up. So that I'm just warming up the stove now. Now this sweet potato pancake is actually quite quick to make, and all you need is a fry pan on the stove top. You could pop it in the oven, but when I show you how I cook it, actually, do you know what? That is looking and smelling amazing. You could even, if you wanted to, you could even finely slice up a brown onion or a red onion. You could put through that. You could put a bit of, does it smell good, Abs? You could put some capsicum through that. It really is just all about whatever your family likes. So you can see that that is, it hasn't come together, you know, like a scone or anything like that, but once we put that in the pan, that's actually going to come together really nicely. Now come with me, Abs, over to the stove, and we'll have a look at what we've got going on over here. So I've literally just got a non-stick fry pan. Now I've got that on really hot. I like to put this into a hot fry pan to start with, just to get you a nice sizzle. Now if you did have some meat, just say you had a little bit of leftover Mexican mince from another night, or you might have a little bit of bacon, or you might even have a bit of barbecue chicken left, you could actually stir that barbecue chicken through here as well, which would actually make for a really nice pancake as well. So I'm just going to make sure that's got nice coverage there. And I'm just going to drop that in. Okay, so literally pop that in there, and then all I'm going to do is actually push that all down. Push, push, push. Now if you didn't have a non-stick fry pan like this, you could do it in an electric fry pan, or you could put it in a fry pan and then pop it in the oven. I just find this a really, really, really easy way to get that sizzling away. Now that's going to take a few minutes to come up to heat because I've just dumped a whole lot of cold ingredients in there. but it's important to keep a little eye on it because you want it to get nice and crispy on the bottom, but then you don't want it to burn. So what I'm going to do is find the lid for the saucepan. Here it is here. It's not actually designed to go with that, it's off another saucepan, but that's the closest that I can get. But what I do is just pop the lid over that, and that will actually help the heat come up through, and that'll cook the sweet potato and the egg through as it goes. So while that's sizzling away, that's pretty much going to be our base for a Mexican pancake. But then what I thought would be nice to do is to pop a little, make up a little salsa. So let's have a look here, Abs. Now again, you can put whatever you like into your salsa. I've put a few cherry tomatoes in there. I might actually put a little bit more. I've got a few more left here. So I should have given those a wash. Don't worry, this is just for decoration. I'll wash them for later on. But what you can do, again,
It's backward.
Okay, so we're back. There we go. So what I'm doing is my kids love cucumber in their salsa. They're not big fans of onion. So if I was just doing it for my husband and I or some other adults, I'd actually put some red onion through this salsa as well, just to give it a little bit more, a little bit of crunch and a little bit of bite. But seeing as it's only me, the kids and I tonight, I'm just going to do it a little bit plainer. The other thing that is really nice to pop through sometimes is a little radish. I saw these little fresh radish at the supermarket yesterday. Do you know what else I've discovered really recently? Is that radishes are delicious if you actually bake them. So if you were baking some cherry tomatoes, throw some little baby radish in at the same time, and they are absolutely delicious. I'll do one more, and they give that really pretty colour to your salsa as well. So I can hear that our pancake is sizzling away beautifully over there. I can hear that starting to sizzle. So what I might do, so that's been on full heat for about 3 minutes or so. Just going to turn that down a tiny little bit. Oh, my stove's actually behaving itself today. Often it has a mind of its own. So I'm thankful that it's playing properly today. It's a little bit old and dodgy, and I certainly need to get a new one of these days. But I always seem to find something else to spend our money on other than a lovely new stove.
10%.
Yep, that's fine, absolutely enough. So here we go. This salsa is going to be beautiful colours. There we go. The thing I love about this dinner too, any dinners like this, is they're just so quick. There we go. We'll throw all of that in there together. Look at that. Look how fun that's looking. Give him a little stir through there. Look at that. Rightio. Now, what we're going to do here, so that's that salsa ready to go on top in a minute. But what I want to do, I'll just put that over there, Abs. What I'm going to do is show you a little trick for flipping this over. So what we want to do, if I tried to use my spatula, everything would probably go everywhere. So this is a little trick that I've learnt. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'll show you this one. So just take a big dinner plate, and then all I do is flip that over. Now that's not hot at all because it's obviously hasn't been on the heat. Do that, get a good grip on it, and then flip him. Hopefully, there he is. So that is still got a bit of cooking to go. Now I'll leave that there just for a second, and then I'm going to put a little tiny bit more olive oil in. That's probably about 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons, maybe a tablespoon. And then what we're going to do is hopefully slide him back in like that. There we go. And then, because that sweet potato is pretty much cooked through because we had the lid on before, I'm actually going to just let that sizzle now for another couple of minutes. So that is looking good. You can see that that's cooked through nicely. The eggs all coming together. And those beans are quite happy too. That's all sizzling away. How does that look, Abs? Need another little minute. While we're cooking that one, I just wanted to tell you about a product review that we've actually got on site at the moment. It's for Woolies. They've got a brand new range of fresh soups. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried their fresh soups, but there is an incredible new range. There's so many of them. I think there's about 12 in the range. The 300 gram pots, the little individual serves, which is exactly the right amount for me for lunch. They are at the moment 4 soups for $10 in Woolies. But we're looking for hundreds of mums to actually go and try those. So what we'll do is if you apply to review and you're selected, we'll actually send you a Woolworths voucher. We'll send that out to you. It'll be a little e-voucher, an e-gift voucher that you'll have on your phone. You can go into Woolies and straight away you can pick up one of those soups to actually try at home. So if you haven't actually applied for that review, please do, because we have got hundreds and hundreds of vouchers to give away, and we would love to get you all trying all of those flavours. There's Malaysian satay, there's a red Thai chicken, there's a cream of mushroom, there's a pea and ham, there's chicken and noodle, there's just so many in the range. I think there's a minestrone. There's just so many, so it's definitely worth that. What you need to do to apply for that is jump onto the Mouths of Mums website. On the home page, you'll actually see that review is open for applications to review. It's right up the top on the home page. You'll see it the very first thing when you arrive there. So do apply for that. We're going to be closing that off in the next couple of days. So while I've been chatting, that has been bubbling away, and I think it's pretty much ready to go. So let's head back over to the bench. I'll take that little salsa with us as well. Turn that stove off. There we go. Let's head on over here, Abs. And what we're going to do is see if I can actually repeat. I might get my spatula. Hang on. See if we can slip him out. Now, just for a bit of fun, I got my cake tray. Let's see how we go. What do you reckon, Abs? Oh,
I don't think it's going to make it.
You don't think it's going to make it? Oh, it nearly is. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh. Don't let me go on MasterChef, will you? Goodness me, my kitchen wouldn't even rule with this. Anyway, do you know what you could do? You could actually just serve that in the pan, which would be heaps of fun as well. But anyway, we're heading this direction now. That looks like a bit of a...
Just push it.
Do you think? What do you reckon? Just push it together a bit, Abs? There we go. Let's have a look at this. You know, the good thing is
there you go.
That we can...
It's more shaped now.
It looks like a better shape, do you reckon? There we go. Look at that. What do you think, Abs? What do you think they'd say on MasterChef?
It's not good.
Yeah, I think I'd be going home, wouldn't I? Anyway, we can recover. We can recover. Oh, do you know what I was going to do?
What?
I was going to put the cheese in. Oh, yeah. That would have been great. I meant to put the cheese in and mix it. Oh, well, never mind.
Put it on right now. And then
I'll put some on the top. But what you could do for next time is if you make it yourself, why don't you put about a cup of cheese through? That would be delicious, because that would actually be all melty and cheesy. So what I'm going to do now to serve is, obviously, no Mexican dish is complete without a bit of guacamole, a bit of sour cream, and obviously some corn chips. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a few little leaves on there, as much for decoration as to make me feel as though I'm giving you guys some vegetables. But look at that, that is a massive serve of veggies. And even if you only had a quarter of that, you would absolutely still be getting a really good amount of vegetables as a meal. Then all I'm going to do is just sprinkle some of this salsa all around the place. I need a bigger spoon.
Simone joined. Haven't.
Simone, did she? Hi, Simone. Abby's giving me a running commentary on who's watching.
And Jacinta.
And Jacinta. Hi, Jacinta.
And Elle was the first one on.
Oh, and Elle was watching. Well, Elle asked for Mexican, didn't she?
Yeah.
So here we go. Have a look at this. So what do you reckon? I reckon we do some sour cream in the middle. What do you think? Now, we love a bit of sour cream, so we'll pop him in the middle there. There we go. How about that? Oh, that looks good. Now, what else do we need? A bit of guacamole. Now, you could put fresh. This is actually one of those little ones that you just get in the supermarket that's already made, only because I didn't have any fresh avocado. Now, what you could do is you could actually pop. There we go. Look at this. Now, don't worry. I'll put this recipe up on the website tonight. I'll take a photo when it's done. Excuse my fingers. There we go. And I'll stick it up on recipes, and I'll send you all the link so that you can have a look at that. Oh, here's my big boy. What's he doing? There he is over there. He's spying. He can smell the dinner, can't he? Now, the other thing that you can do just to zhuzh that up a little bit is you might want to put just a few little chili flakes. There you go. Abby's eating the corn chips. So there we go. I don't know what you think about that one, but literally you could give this to the 3 kids and you could all sit down and have a go at it. Everybody could have a fork, and of course you could make your own version of that. We called it our sweet potato Mexican pancake. I would love to see your own version of that, or I'd love to see in the comments what you'd change, what you think we should have added, what doesn't look so good. Just love to hear from you. Also what you're having for dinner tonight, and if there's anything you'd like me to make over the weekend. If there's something that you've always wanted to try and you've never been game enough to make it, let me know, because I'm more than happy to have a go. I can embarrass myself on camera, and then you can learn from my mistakes. So what do you think? I'd love to hear from you. And again, thank you for joining us. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye.